can we just acknowledge how funny it is that the first thing I wanted to draw, like actively wanted to draw, is essentially a Ducktales fan character that I didn't even mean to make. Like, I was sketching Gizmo Duck, and then I'm like, I want to make an owl girl, and then I ended up giving her a name, and you never give them a name, because then you get attached. But, yeah, I've been drained creatively for the last month or so because of quarantine. What makes it worse is that I was basically in quarantine before the quarantine order happened. I really don't need to leave my house, because my work schedule is very patchy, so I don't leave for work. And my job is unessential. I work at a stadium. Also, a lot of my friends are busy with their own jobs and their own school work and stuff like that, so I don't tend to hang out with them as much as I want to. But once every other week, usually we used to hang out, because that was like the day that they all got off. But now, nope. Literally 3 days before the quarantine order happened, I was like, man, I'm starting to feel like I'm in a rut. I'm going to see if any of my friends want to hang out, or I'm going to see if my boyfriend wants to go to a movie so we can change it up. And oh, now I can't go anywhere. Shit. So I was already feeling that, and now I double feel it, and it sucks. And yeah, I just couldn't produce anything. My friend paid me to draw something for her, and it took me about a month, and I had to force myself. And I want to redraw it for her. No charge. But yeah, this is the second thing that I ended up drawing. The first thing was Gizmo. I'm going to line and color him later. But for right now, I wanted to do Emmy. And I wanted to talk about Emmy because she was an accident that I put time into. So, real quick, talking about Emmy. Okay, so off the bat, she's an owl, a barn owl specifically. And in my head, and getting the barn owl references, and getting the reference of Allison, because Allison's the only owl in the show, my thought is, yep, I know what I'm doing. I was wrong. because Allison is the only owl in the show, she's my only point of reference. Unlike, how there's like 3 roosters that I've seen, and there's a lot of ducks, and there's a few chickens. Like, you have other visual references for the same animal. Allison is the only one I've seen, and it was maddening. Though, to be completely honest, that might just be on me. I preferably just didn't want my character to have a more square face, I guess, and I was spending too much time on it, so it's not even the freaking reference picture's fault. But you know what? Let's talk about something else, like how I'm an idiot because I spent way too much time on the freckles, and you're looking at it and you're thinking, there's not even that many freckles. Why'd you spend so much time on it? Well, my pen has pen pressure sensitivity, and I was having a stupid amount of fun with that. Like, I was entertained like a child that my pen can make tiny dots and big dots depending on how much pressure I put on the screen. And it was stupid, but I also loved it, so shut up. But also, I don't know why I felt very particular on where I wanted each dot, so that's another thing. Originally, I was gonna give her freckles on her face as well, but I thought it'd be a little bit too cluttered since she has markings on her eyes. Plus, it would have kind of went against the whole barn owl thing. Barn owls have these freckles and specks on their chest fluff, and I love it, and it's cute. So, yeah, no more freckles, I guess. But if I ever drew her as a human, you better believe that she is getting freckles and, like, eye makeup. It would be adorable. Ooh, speaking of eyes, this was actually kind of tedious. And you're looking at the recording and thinking, it's not that bad. No, my hand kept jittering for no reason. And also, I was just kind of unsatisfied with the shape and the curve and, like, the sharpness of the wing, a little eye wing. So, yeah, spent too much time. Not even too much time. It was just annoying, because in my head, I knew how I wanted it to look, but I just couldn't execute it. So, kind of sucky, but whatever. It was done, and I think it looks okay. Ooh, alright, so the hair. Did not intend to give her a side cut. I didn't even intend to give her, like, slick back hair. Because originally I tried to give her bangs, and that's mostly because I prefer bangs. A lot of my characters have bangs. Only I think her and I just realized my character Locke, who is a bird lady, also has slicked back hair, but unrelated. I tried to give her bangs. I tried to give Emmy bangs, but I just didn't like it, and I think it's because I really loved the fact that she had a widow's peak. And I even tried to put like a strand of hair in her face. Still didn't work out. So what to do? I guess swipe it back a bit. And I was going to draw the other half of the hair. And because I didn't yet, it looked like she had a side cut. And I loved it. And for some reason, my brain clicked and said, hey, girls with freckles and crop tops and freaking side cuts are kind of cute. And she looks kind of grunge. And I was like, oh, I'm vibing. I love her. I love it. I love all of it. I love and I just kind of went incoherent like as I was sketching it, and I just went a little incoherent while I was describing it. I don't know. I just love it. I feel like I've been saying that different aspects of this drawing was hard, and they all were, but none of them were as hard as when I was trying to figure out how I wanted to do the beak, because yeah, I didn't know how I wanted the beak to be. Originally I was gonna make it more narrow and kind of like a hook, because that's the pictures of barn owls I saw, that's what they look like, but I didn't really like it. But I also didn't want it to look like a chicken, and even though I heavily reference Allison's beak, I was still very unsatisfied with it, and I still kind of am. I think it's mostly the color. Like the shape I'm fine with, but the color I'm not with it. I wanted to like make it a light pink, but that didn't really sit well like with the rest of the colors, so I'm just gonna stick with the yellow, and I'll probably learn to love it. I'll learn to love my mistakes or my indecisions, or maybe I was only unsatisfied with it because when I was sketching it, it was about like 5 a.m. and I wanted to go to sleep. Okay, so like this is a small thing, but I am proud of it. It just tickles my fancy. So when I was designing the jacket, I originally just wanted it to be like big and stuff, and I was a little bit disappointed that I couldn't incorporate like owl neck fluff. One thing I love about owls is that they have like this little thick neck, and they could just like burrow into their neck, and it's really cute. So when I was drawing the jacket, I was like, hey, wait, there's jackets with fluff on it, and I looked up like fluff jackets, and it just like clicked in my brain that this is the look. This is how you get the neck fluff you want. And it's just I just think it would be adorable. Just like anytime she gets nervous, she just grabs onto the neck fluff of her jacket and just tries to hide herself in it, and it's cute and I love it. Oh, also her feet. Fuck you, feet. I hate you, because I was looking at Allison's reference for this, and I gave her 2 toes and like no back claw. And then I realized, wait, she's a snow owl. She's a barn owl. What do their talons look like? And I look at barn owl talons. And, oh, wouldn't you know it? They have 3 toes in the front and 1 in the back. I would assume, because, like, the best reference I got wasn't that clear. You know, as Google does. So I had to freaking resketch her feet and just add 2 more toes, which was annoying. But whatever, it was done. So the thing about the feet, like, if you look at the sketch and you look at the finished drawing, I copy pasted the good foot. I did the good foot, and then I looked at the other foot, and I verbally said no, and I just had to. I didn't want to spend more time on it, because I think I spent the most line art time, like the most time on just one of the feet. Everything else was pretty smooth when I was doing the line art, except for that one foot, and I didn't want to do it again. So yeah, I went back into one old habit. I don't care. I'm unashamed. So, side note, I accidentally made some background info on her, and by extension, the other sketch that was on the original canvas, which was of a rooster that I named Peckaroo. My boyfriend thought I named him Peckaroo, specifically Pecker, because penis. No, I just thought it was funny that Pecker had a broken beak and was also kind of an asshole. But now I think penis joke, and that also fits, to be honest. But no, because of that, I unintentionally made 2 characters. I'm not gonna draw Pecker though, because I don't really like the outfit he's wearing, and I might redraw that later. But essentially, they're so stupid. Okay, so rough basics. They're both from England. Originally, I was gonna make Emmy from America, but I wanted them to have a long history. So I thought, long history means you live in the same place. And my heart was completely set on Pecker being from England because it felt too terribly appropriate that he had a Cockney accent. And it also just tickled my fancy to think that, like, anytime that they're not in England, someone's like, hey, you guys sound the same. It's like, no, he has this kind of, like, small little difference in his accent. I have this small little difference. And, like, them actually getting mad about that entertained me greatly. And, yeah, so now she's freaking from a slightly different part of England, and yet they have history. They went to the same school. Also, I'm just a sucker for, cute girl or unassuming person or unassuming boy or just whatever having a past. Like, this person is too soft and adorable, and they are smaller and shorter than me. What do you mean they have a past? It's great. I love it. I don't know why I love it. It's just one of my favorites. So I thought that if she were ever to have a past, it would probably be because of Pecker. And Pecker is totally the type of guy who will torch your car if you give him $5. Like, it's easy money, and he's most definitely probably broken into people's houses, but I only saying probably because it's only speculation that he broke into someone's house. But yeah, I could picture him, like, them being younger and him just dragging her to places, and she just goes along with it, and somehow that leads her into corporate espionage, and she just looks around and realizes, wait, I'm breaking into a big old building. How did my life get to this point? Now, I realize that wording in particular made it sound like she was dumb. I like to see it more as, oh, I can handle this situation. I won't let it escalate, and how the hell did it escalate so quickly? And you're involved with it for so long that you feel like you can't back out of it. Though I do think that at a certain point she would realize, no, there is no reason for me to be involved in this. I am done. I am not doing this anymore. And I feel like the step after that would be she becomes a security guard and tries to work her way up till she's chief of security, because who else would know how to stop people from breaking in than someone who broke in? It makes sense to her. And she genuinely loves this job. As for Pecker, he would most likely still be doing what he's doing. And even though he shouldn't be, he's just like, yeah, so I'm gonna do this. Someone asked me to burn down their house. And she was just like, don't tell me this. I don't want to know anymore. I like to think that even if they're in different countries, 'cause, like, I can see her completely just moving to America to start over. He just calls her, not caring about time zones, and is like, so what you do? And they're cute to me, and this is the thing I want to talk about because it's the first creative thing, not even creative, just thing that makes me happy that I've thought of in a while, because quarantine sucks. And thank you, Ducktales, for being Ducktales. Jesus Christ, because honestly, even though I love anime, for a hot minute there, all of them were kind of mishing together and looking like a big old blur. So yeah, I really needed something different personally. Anyway, that's gonna be it. This is Emmy. I love her. I might draw Pecker. Probably not, but I do know for certain I'm gonna do one of Gizmo Duck. And that's about it. See ya! Also, real quick, while I was making that backstory up on the spot while I was drawing both Emmy and sketching Pecker, I completely forgot that Falcon Graves existed, which is a sin because he's actually one of my favorite characters. But personally, I don't think it'd be too much to make a fan character also someone who used to do corporate espionage. I mean, this is a show where the housekeeper was a spy, so if I get flack for it, I'll just take it.